And are we recording, John?
Yes.
Okay, great. Welcome everyone to our Winston-Salem Transit Authority Board of Directors meeting here on Thursday, March 31st. We apologize once again for a little delay, but we all know that can happen from time to time. And the reason you don't see my face is because I've had issues starting early this morning with my computer camera apparently has gone out. So that's probably a good thing because I'm suffering from a really bad allergy attack. And it's probably best that myself and my box of tissues not be involved in this meeting. But hope you're not going through the same thing. But would like to welcome everyone. Just to let everybody know, Mr. John Ashford will be filling in for Miss Donna Woodson. Miss Woodson, unlike the rest of us that are sitting here suffering through these allergies in North Carolina, is on vacation somewhere and probably thinking about us at this very minute. I doubt that very much. But thank you again for calling. As always, let me read our virtual statement. Pursuant to the policies and procedures adopted by the City Council relative to virtual meetings, it has been determined that it is not feasible for the members of this committee to meet together physically due to the pandemic. All members are participating remotely. Members will vote by a roll call vote. Each member will be recognized by roll call and then state their vote. Okay. So if we can scoot up, John, on the, or who's ever controlling the screen on the agenda. Safety message. I know safety message. I always try to come up with one today. Safety message is if you have to do outside work, everyone wear a mask. And you might not have to suffer through these massive allergies that apparently are going around quite a bit right now. And they can lead to other, believe it or not, can lead to other health issues. We need another health issue. Like we just don't need another one. Let's just put it that way. But please be careful during these times. Also, too, always watch the weather because it seemed like we were supposed to have massive thunderstorms and lightning, and we didn't have anything today. But it's always a good idea this time of year to be safe in regards to our weather. Public comment is always next. John, do we have anybody sign up?
No, but you missed the roll call.
I missed the roll call, yes.
Yeah, no, okay.
Mr. Garcia, I can't see you.
Then my camera's not working, Mr. King.
Oh, okay.
And please forgive me, I did, in trying to read the screen at the same time, I just really bypassed the roll call. So Tika, if you would be so kind as to do a roll call of the Board of Directors.
Chairman Robert Garcia.
Here.
Vice Chairman Keith King.
Present.
Mr. Willie Clark.
Present.
Dr. Jack Fleer.
Present.
Janet Lawson Jackson. See you, Ms. Lawson Jackson. You're muted. Mr. Philip Osborne.
I am present.
Ms. LaTanya Wright.
Here.
All board members are present and accounted for.
Okay, Tika, can you hear me now?
I can, yes, ma'am. I marked you present.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Forgive me for bypassing that. We do get to the point of public comment. I did not hear of anyone signing up. John, was there anybody at the last minute that signed up for public comment?
No, Tika, that's correct. No one signed up. Right?
Correct.
That's correct. Yes, no one signed.
Okay. As always, everyone, public comment, just like they are, when the meeting person is available to the general public and is posted on the WSTA website. And they can call that number for the link to join our monthly meetings. Okay, not a real big meeting today, guys. We've got a couple of things to take care of. And again, just a reminder, Ms. Woodson is absent today due to vacation, and Mr. John Ashford has been so kind as to fill in for her. Our first action item, as always, is the approval of the prior board meeting minutes, which was on February 24th, 2022. If we could take just a few minutes, John, if you can scroll down to that board minutes, just kind of slow. We'll take just a couple minutes in case somebody might want to take a look at something that they saw that maybe needed editing or correcting.
When appropriate, I move they be adopted.
Dr. Flair, thank you very much. We have a motion to adopt the minutes from the previous board meeting. Do we have a second?
Keith King, a second.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. King. Tika, if you'd be so kind as to do a roll call. All those in favor say, please signify by saying aye.
Chairman Garcia,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Keith King,
Aye.
Mr. Willie Clark,
Aye.
Dr. Fleer,
Aye.
Ms. Janet Lawson Jackson,
Aye.
Mr. Osborne,
Aye.
Ms. LaTanya Wright.
Aye.
Like sign. Okay. The resolution adopting the minutes from the previous WSTA board meeting have been approved. We now go to our second resolution, and it is a resolution authorizing a contract agreement with Morrisburg Architects for the Hampton D. Haith study. And just to let you know that the Hampton D. Haith building is the building in which most of our administrative staff is at, Ms. Woodson, et cetera. John, in regards to this, would you like to speak on this?
Yes, this is a study for a contract agreement to do a study on preparation to build or renovate the Hampton D. Haith building, which that building was built in 1977, which is kind of outgrown the staff there. And they had 5 firms selected interest, and they picked the Morrisburg architect firm, which the funds are coming from the CARES Act fund and has been appropriated for that.
We might note that the amount is in excess of what the board normally votes. That would be up to the city council.
Mhm.
But we'd like to bring it before our board members to adopt the resolution so they can move forward with this. The building, for those of you who've not been over to Ms. Woodson's office, like John said, it has served its purpose, but it is in dire need of renovation and expansion. So we're looking forward to that. I'd like to open up the floor to questions from the board members.
Okay, those are gonna go in there. They're not here yet. That's what you want.
Okay, are there any questions, fellow board members? John, if you could scroll down to the top of this resolution, so it's got, okay, there you go. If there are no questions, if we can have a motion authorizing a contract agreement with Morrisburg Architects for this study of the Hampton D. Haith building.
This is Jack Flair. I move its adoption.
Thank you, Dr. Flair. Do we have a second?
Jeanette Lawson Jackson, second.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Okay, we'll go by roll call. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Chairman Garcia,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Keith King, Vice Chairman Keith King. Mr. King,
Yes, I'm here.
your vote, please.
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Willie Clark,
Aye.
Dr. Jack Fleer,
Aye.
Ms. Janet Lawson Jackson,
Aye.
Mr. Philip Osborne,
Aye.
Ms. Latanya Wright.
Aye.
All members have voted.
Thank you very much. They were none opposed, so the resolution authorizing a contract agreement with this agency, Mortenberg Architects, for a study of the Hampton D. Heath has been approved. So looking forward to see what happens there, John, in regards to this. Like I said, I'm sure that the staff would really appreciate a new building or at least some upgrades to the building. Okay, if we can get to the agenda, back up a little bit. All righty. So let's see. We've taken care of our action on information items. There was a remote virtual board meeting notice that was sent out from our attorneys in the city and so forth in regards to.
Which one is it?
I'm sorry.
I think he's talking to someone else in the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In regards to virtual meetings, John and I'll touch base on them. Basically, we just want to let you know that until the end of this month, until the mayor puts forth, we will remain virtual, but it looks like it should end towards the end of the month. We certainly hope so. At that time, people will be notified well in advance of this change, and also to consideration, just to let you know, we can get more in detail at our next meeting, or when we finally hear back from the city and Ms. Woodson, that should people still feel comfortable meeting remotely for whatever the reason might be, we are certainly going to try to honor that. I think a lot of companies nowadays are doing that, combining the two between Zoom and in person. John, you want to say a few words on that?
Pretty much that is it. We're waiting to get confirmation that we can start back with present meetings versus virtual meetings. So as soon as that takes place, then I think they will let the committee know. Okay.
Okay. And also too, I know in talking to Ms. Woodson the other day, we normally meet in the boardroom. It has been discussed that maybe until as we gently move back into in-person, that we might move into the conference room, which is next door, which is a lot bigger room for more space. Yeah. So because I know sometimes we'll get not only the board members around the table, but we'll have maybe 12 to 15 people on the sides. So we are considering that also. So just to let everybody know, but Ms. Woodson will cover that in detail when we get back. Questions or comments about that? Okay. Well, I did not see Carol. Of course, I haven't seen the full screen. Carol, are you with us?
I am with you. I joined late. I apologize.
That's okay, Carol. You will not be penalized. But we always look forward to your meeting, to your report. So if we can turn it over to you, Miss Carol.
All right.
Okay, Carol, I'm trying to get out of it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second so that you can share your screen.
I think you got the viewing options, yeah.
Okay, can you share it now?
Yep. All righty.
You're able to share?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
I don't see it.
Do you see it now?
No.
There we go.
There it is.
All right. Are we in business?
Yes.
We're in
so.
business, ma'am.
All right. Well, let's get down to business. Good to see everybody again. And hopefully next month we will be meeting in person. That would be nice, but we'll see. All right, as we dive into the data here, nothing has changed on this slide from previous months. The last I heard on the Fare Free, the Triangle folks who are doing Fare Free, I think it was June, they were talking about scaling that back, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything recent, but other than that, everyone's still having the same issues with hiring and driver shortages and having to, reduce routes. Well, not everybody, but most people, most agencies are. So looking at the fixed route ridership across the region, you can see over here at the tail end, actually, I'm going to put my little highlighter on. Oh, that doesn't look very good. All right, well, so much for that. You can see that Chapel Hill had an increase right here at the end of December into January, and that's because the kids went back to school. And every time the kids go back to school, they get a jump in ridership. But everyone else, because remember, January was a snowy month, an icy month. So everyone else was kind of down, but because the kids went back to school, they had a jump. And also just a reminder that I'm a month behind on this because I can't get the data any sooner from everyone else. So looking at the percent change in fixed route ridership, we are moving more and more to the wrong side of this chart. But hopefully that will change as we move into warmer months and ridership will increase again. And we start hiring drivers and things stabilize. Hopefully we'll start seeing our ridership go up again. Switching over to paratransit, pretty much everyone was down. Again, in January, it was just a bad month for being out and about, and with all the bad weather, and impacted all the agencies in the paratransit ridership. And on this comparison slide, we're just in the middle, down 38%. There are agencies lower than us and agencies higher than us. So we're just kind of in the middle. It's interesting that paratransit is less impacted than fixed route. You would not guess that, but that is the case. So looking at just our individual data, the fixed route, we saw an increase in February from January, which you don't see very often just because of, just purely the number of days during the month. But just because January was such a bad month in weather, we did see a jump back in February. Our passenger per revenue mile, we're just kind of hanging in our new normal, I guess, which you would say is around 10 per month. Fixed route wheelchair riders, winter is clearly not a good time to be riding wheelchairs in the snow and the ice. So of course that always goes down seasonally, but hopefully again, next month, we'll start to see that increase again. Bike passengers did increase last month as I guess as it stopped snowing and icing, they did get out a little bit more and ride the buses. On-time performance was around 83% last month. And switching over to Transaid passenger trips, saw a big increase, back up to, near normal for last month. Now remember, January and February only had, around 28 days in them, so they're going to be lower normally, especially January. But so those months are always less than the other months. Transaid passenger trips per hour, we are just steady at 2.6, 2.5, occasionally 2.7, and that's really good. I mean, we're being efficient in our trips to be carrying that many passengers per hour on Transaid. Wheelchair trips jumped right back up last month as the weather improved. On-time performance continues to increase, and this is good to see as we, make the service more efficient, and with, the fewer operators that we have, we are seeing increases. Moving over to total accidents, I'm happy to say this month I can report good news. We only had 2 accidents last month and only 1 was preventable, which is the best month we've had in a while. The one non-preventable accident was in fixed route. And then 1 preventable accident was in TransAid. And maintenance had no accidents. So it was a really good month. Moving over to maintenance road calls, an average month, about the same as we were in January. A little bit more on the fixed route road calls, but TransAid has been pretty consistent. I've changed this slide, all the phone call slides. I've changed this from all the different years. It was getting very busy. So I changed it to just looking at it like the other slides where it's just the past rolling 13 months. And you can see that, you know, this is pretty much our new normal. And in number of incoming calls, you know, ranges from 12,000 to 13,000. And I guess that's our new normal. The percentage of calls being answered has been outstanding. Our goal there is 95%, and you can see that every month it is above that. So they've been doing a really good job. And abandoned call percentage, which I changed. I think I've been reporting the actual number. I can't remember, but anyways, it's pretty healthy. It's below 10%, which is good. Like to see it below 5, but still, given, you know, the circumstances we're in, we're doing very well. And that's all I have. Any questions?
Carol, with regards to the, of course, ridership being down, and I guess maybe this is just a question in general, and also the TransAid and the paratransit. Do you think from that standpoint, maybe more people are doing meeting with their doctors via computer telehealth calls, and that they're trying to avoid having to go into the offices?
That could be part of it. It's hard to say because, you know, we're in the lowest part of the year in ridership anyways, around the holidays, and then coming out into 2 months that have less days. And so it's hard to say, but it certainly is, I'm sure, playing a part.
And I noticed even though we had, with ridership being down, and of course, we like many others are battling staffing issues. So we're still able to staff our routes with a couple of tweaks here and there, but for the most part, nobody is being shorted the opportunity to ride. Just not too many people are riding transit right now.
Yes, that is true.
Carol, thank you. Could you go back to the first, I think it's the first or second slide, which compares the various cities?
Mm-hmm. That one?
The next one down.
That one.
Yeah, that one. I was wondering if you had any insights into those cities on the left-hand side compared with those on the right-hand side, as to what is happening with their fixed route ridership?
Well, here's my speculation on that. Durham, Raleigh, and Research Triangle all are fare free. And
Are fare free?
Yes, fare free. And you do see a bump in fare free. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We did when we were fare free. You know, we definitely had an increase. So I'm guessing that's the case with them. Now, Charleston, I've spoken with someone down there, and they just haven't been impacted by COVID the way a lot of other places have. Like they're not reducing routes. They're not having, you know, driver issues. They're, you know, I can't explain that. I mean, I guess it's a great place to live and people want to move there and work. I don't know. But I mean, they've been impacted clearly, but not as much as, everyone else.
Right. So is Charleston also fare free?
No. Mm-mm.
Weather
Period.
conditions in Charleston, though, are, I would say, better than here on average.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
I think we'll see a significant increase in March, because remember, we've had so much warmer weather in March.
Yes. And you have more days. I mean, it's
Right.
like a 31-month day in 4 months.
Because I think that week that,
Mhm.
like maybe 2 weeks almost, it was so warm, everybody was getting out.
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
And
for
that's a
fact.
good point, Ms. Jackson. And you might think that in Charleston, because of the tourism, there might be more ridership
That's true.
in and around that town. So
Yeah, I mean, the only impact they've had is because of bridges being worked on. They've had to change some routes because bridges are closed, but other than
Right.
that, they haven't had to do anything.
They hadn't had to deal with snow and ice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that has an impact.
Exactly.
well, great conversation. Good questions. Any other questions for Carol? Carol likes questions, by the way, everyone.
I'll take them.
Okay, well, if there's no further questions. Carol, as always, thank you so very much for keeping up with the data. We love looking at data.
Yes, do I.
There you go. Now, we all know that our reports were sent to us in regards to our business reports. And by the way, too, Tina Carson Wilkins is on vacation also. She did cover some of her PR marketing report last time, and so she will not be doing a report today. There's also, too, I want to, and before I go any further, if in viewing the packet that we sent you, was there any questions or concerns in regards to some of the maintenance reports or the financial reports? Okay, everything did seem in line. I know when I looked at them, they seemed in line. We did have something that I thought was pretty neat. Oh, by the way, before I forget too, there was an incident report in your packet. Take a look at that. They're doing a good job over there of keeping our facilities safe. There weren't that many incidents to report. So I thought that really stood out. I know when I saw that report. So that's always good news when we don't have that many incidents. Now, there was something that we did the other day. You might have remembered in our last meeting, we'd invited everybody, and I had the good fortune of attending. I think we have an article, John, further down.
Yep. Keep going.
Keep going. Go down a little bit more. There we go. The bus and paratransit operators launch. I got to tell you that I had a lot of fun. I stayed for a good portion of it. For the majority, everybody was showing up. They stopped by, picked up a great box lunch that was provided by Panera, if I'm not mistaken. Tequila was there, Miss Woodson was there, myself, and the drivers coming by to receive their lunch. And we also gave them a brand new visor and just honored them and thanked them. And it gave me an opportunity to meet a lot of these fine folks. And I will tell you that I was just taken aback by the number of people that we have on our staff that have some serious tenure. Correct me if I'm wrong, John, but I think I've talked to one driver that was 30 plus years. I know there were several 20 plus years that have been on our staff. And it is just so neat to watch them walk in, and they're very proud. They're always dressed in nice looking uniforms and have a great attitude. And they just have a pride in their job. and it shows. And for them to stick around with that kind of tenure, I was quite amazed. So it was my honor to meet them. I would encourage all of our board members that the next time you have an opportunity for one of these events, to stop by and visit with them. They like meeting people on the board and people that are supporting them. Just a handshake and a hi and share some laughs and take goofy pictures like we did right there. So we had a good time. But my hat's off to Miss Woodson, Tina, Takia, for getting all those lunches. I'm sure there's a lot of other people involved in there, but to take the time out of a busy day to honor our drivers. So congratulations to all of them for a job well done, and also too for the management staff. We thank you. So with that, we just wanted to show off those pictures too. It's kind of neat. If they are no further, let me go around the room and see if there's any further questions, comments, anything from the fine folks of the city of Winston-Salem. Oh my goodness, I always put them on the spot. Tanique, I always put you on the spot.
You did. I'm sorry. No, sir. There's no comments. Thank you.
No comments? All right. So let's see what the rest of this year is bringing to us. It's hard to say that we're almost at the end of March already. And
I think we're there.
Yeah, I think we are. Are we? I think tomorrow is the first, or day after tomorrow. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's hard to imagine the 2 years of our lives has gone by the way it has. But I gotta take my hats off to everybody with WSTA. The challenges. I know talking with Miss Woodson, and God bless her. She's just and all the staff. There's not a challenge that has been presented to them that they haven't taken it on and conquered it. And they do it with the right frame of mind. I'm very proud to be a part of this board and a part of this organization. And they've really done well. And let's hope we can get back to some kind of normalcy. So again, thank you all. If there's no further questions, comments, John, thank you for filling in for Ms. Woodson.
Thank you.
Not too much pressure on you today, John.
No pressure.
Oh, you know what? I did have a question for you, John, in regards to some of the reports.
Okay.
Does our insurance and liability insurance, when we're have limited accidents, et cetera, does that have a direct impact on our liability insurances?
Well, I think that's covered through the city. Roman, we pay a percentage into a pool. It kind of works that way, and they make an adjustment as they need to.
I got you. I meant to ask that earlier. I just wondered if maybe we are, kind of that, like in those insurance commercials, safe driving points or whatever. Since we do such a good job with everything, because I got to think that the liability on everything has got to be pretty high up there. All right. Well, fellow board members, comments, questions, celebrations, anything great happening out there with us? We hope to be meeting in person next month. We will let you know as soon as we hear from the city, from the mayor, and we'll let you know and what we plan on doing. So be on the lookout for that email. Tika, thank you and for handling everything. No, you had a couple problems at the first, but not a problem. And thank you everybody for being patient with us at first. And hopefully I'll have a camera that works next time.
Well, we hope you feel better too.
Let me tell you something. If I don't see another tissue again in life, I'd be fine by me. But anyway, these allergies are something else. But thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, your weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our next board meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm waving at you.
To everybody.
Happy
I'm
April
sorry. Oh, yes.
Don't forget to hide the eggs.
Don't forget to find them all too. Nothing worse than when that used to happen.